What's up guys, this is Vis from Yugi Insiders and I'm bringing you guys a Bujin deck list for the April 2015 ban list. Bujins are like a budget deck now, they used to be mad expensive, but yeah, now you can grab like Yamato's, you can grab them for as low as like $1, $2. Hirume is kinda pricey, she's $9, but other than that, most of the other cards are pretty easy to obtain, minus like maybe staples like Regeki or something. But yeah, the core of the deck is really cheap. They're a really unique deck. I don't think I've ever played a deck that revolves like they do. They're unique in their mechanics and stuff. I don't think they're best this format, but I definitely think they're a solid tier 2 deck. So anyways, let's get into the deck list. For the monsters, the Bujins run is 1 or 2 Quillen. This pops any face-up card as long as you control a Bujin Beast Warrior type monster. So it can be a field spell, a face-up trap, a face-up monster. People usually run this at 1 or 2. I definitely like 2. I cut the second Centipede for this because I really don't like Centipede. Through deck testing, I don't know, I just didn't like Centipede. There's like been much more situations where I needed a second one of him than a Centipede. 2 hairs. This just protects your monster from destruction of any kind once per turn. So by battle or by card effect, he protects your Bujin once per turn. The MVP of this format, Turtle. This protects from your monster from being targeted. 1 Arasuda. I run one of him because I cut a second Hirume for him because I need to normal summon sometimes, and that's what I found bad about Hirume, is that she can't be normal summon. So this is like my tech for my second Hirume because he can be special summoned and normal summoned. 1 Mikazuchi. This helps me search my spell, but I primarily use it when my Bujin gets destroyed. I can just keep my field presence up with him, especially if I have Kaiser. That's my like primary reason. I usually don't leave him up with my Yamato for a secondary effect, but sometimes I do if I don't have Kaiser and I get that Bujin carnation to my hand. 1 Hirume. She's just a 2000 and she can be special summoned. She can't be normaled, which kind of sucks, but she's pretty good. Triple Yamato. You need to draw into this guy first turn if you're opening. Like, it's really beneficial to draw into him because he speeds up your deck, and if you don't, your deck gets slowed down like a lot. So it's really important that you get this guy out as soon as possible. For my last Bujin, I just run Triple Crane. I don't really consider this a monster, more of like a hand trap, I guess. There have been times where I needed to summon him, so don't be afraid to summon him if you need to go into Susanoo, because you can summon Crane and anyone else and still go into Susanoo to search a Yamato if you need to. And my non-Bujin monsters, 1 Thunder King. This helps if you don't open Yamato. So if you don't open one of these guys, just summon him. He's like another out, or not an out, just another good first turn play if you don't open Yamato. Honest, double honest. Let's see, it works with everything in the deck, so. Alright, for spells, start off with Triple Duality. This just adds consistency to the deck, and you don't special summon too often in the deck, you just want to get Yamato, and this really helps that. Then Triple Tanky, again, helps to get the Yamato. 1 Bujin Carnation. I just recently cut this down from 2 to 1. I found it dead a lot, and it is searchable by Mikuzachi. So I cut this down to 1, and I put in another Mind Crush in place of this, and I really like it. I don't think I would put this back in 2. 1 Regeki for board clear. Double Kaiser. This is what makes the deck meta. So yeah, this is really good. I think 3 you draw into it too much and it clumps, and you want to have some traps for defense. so this is good at 1. And double MST for last spells. I might cut 1 out, put a lance for some defense, because I did cut out my book too. So I may end up maybe running 41 and putting a book, or cutting a mystical space, putting a lance in the book. So I'm still testing that out, but for now I just have 2 Typhoon. Alright, for the trap cards, we start off with double Mind Crush. This card's just really good this format. Yeah, I wouldn't cut this card. I tried to run it in every one of my decks. Triple Fiendish. I chose this over Breakthrough Skill because it stops them from attacking. So you can keep your Bujins alive when you don't have Crane or Honest. I always like to control when my monsters attack or get attacked. So if I don't have a Crane in my hand, it's good to have this. The only problem is it does clump your field, like if you Fiendish something and it gets overlaid, it stays on your field. That's my only problem with this card. So you could run Breakthrough Skill, I think it's personal preference. I've bounced back and forth, but for now I'm just running Fiendish. Then we're one-ofs, Vanity, Staple, Bottomless, Staple, Torrential, Staple, Compose, Staple. I run this over Ring because this is always live. Sometimes when you drawn to Ring and it's a late game and you don't have enough life points, you're not able to activate it. This is a little safer. It's always live. It's not as effective as Ring, but it's a little safer. And lastly, 1 Solemn, Staple. Alright, for my extra deck, I run 1 Rhapsody in Berserk. This card's just really versatile, and it doesn't come up often, but when it does, it's really game-changing. 1 Gaga Cowboy just to close out games. 1 Abyss Dweller. 1 Lavable Chain. He doesn't really come up either, but he's there just in case for the utility. 1 Bujente Tsukiyomi. This card is really underrated, and I really like him. If you have like 1 turtle, hare, or equivalent in your hand, you can activate his effect, discard that, and draw 2. So he just like refreshes your hand, and he's really good. And if he's sent to the grave while he has a material, you can special summon 1 Beast Warrior. So yeah, this is like one of my favorite cards. 1 Exciton Knight, pretty standard. I really wish he wasn't light, because he does get kind of shafted by Light Imprisoning Mirror. 1 Star Leech. I like this guy because he's kind of a floater. Like if he gets destroyed, you can draw 1. 1 Shark, standard. 1 Corn, again standard. People like to cut him for Castel, but he's like 1v games that Castel can't, and there aren't very many BA in my locals, so I just run him over Castel. I think he's better against everyone else except BA. 1 Susanoo. 99% of the time I'm going to rank 4, it's him. He searches out all your Bujins and he can send them to the grave. 3 of him. 1 Constellar Omega. This is kind of like a last minute addition. I saw this in Teller Knights and I just kind of teched it in because I pulled it, and I'm just like, this card's not that bad against trap heavy decks like Teller Knights. It's pretty decent. It is a Beast Warrior type monster, so it does get the tanky boost, but you can't use the Bujin's effect on it since it has to have Bujin in its name. 1 Bujinti Kagusuchi. This card is pretty good. I don't go into him if I don't have Susanoo already, usually. So I usually go into him if I have a Susanoo and get him out, and these 2 guys work really good together. He can detach 1 to negate destruction globally, so if like someone else was about to be destroyed, I can detach 1 from him, and he mills 5 from your deck. Which, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of, but it's not bad. And the last one I run is 1 Bujinki Amaterasu. People usually laugh at this choice, and rightfully so. I think it's terrible. It's probably going to be a Castel, or an Ouroboros. Probably a Castel, but because I don't think I'm gonna really utilize the 3 level 4s, but if I was, it would be Ouroboros since it's dark and it gets over Light Imprisoning. But 99% of the time, this is gonna be Castel. So yeah, when I get a Castel, I'll definitely replace that with... Alright guys, thanks for watching the Bujin deck profile. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, just tell me guys what you think of the deck list, what I should add. I know I'm not running Lance or something defensive, but it hasn't really been a major issue. I couldn't find room for the Lance and I'm really not a fan of it. But I did take this deck to locals and I beat Volcanic, 6M, and Zombies and lost to Tellarknights. And I did get to go, or I was qualified to go to the elimination round, but I opted not to since we were all really hungry. And yeah, I made some tweaks from that deck list really quick. I'll just go over them. I did cut a Soul Charge and Bujin Incarnation. I was running those two. I found that Soul Charge, I don't know, I was just not a fan of it. I ended up cutting that. And Bujin Incarnation was usually always dead. I cut it down to 1 because it is searchable by Mikuzachi. And then I cut a Book of Moon for some traps. So I just made the deck a little more trap heavy because I feel like that's how this deck needs to be in order to compete. So again, thanks for watching guys and have a good one.